Imagine waking up in the morning, turning on the stove, and cooking your breakfast. The flame appears instantly. But have you ever stopped for a second and asked yourself, where does that gas actually come from? We call it LPG. Here's the strange thing. Most people know how to use LPG, but very few people know where it actually comes from. First, let's understand what LPG really is. LPG stands for Liquefied Petroleum Gas. It is mainly a mixture of two hydrocarbon gases, propane and butane. Under normal conditions, these gases exist in vapor form, but when they are compressed under high pressure, they turn into a liquid. That is why LPG can be stored in cylinders. When you open the valve of the cylinder, the pressure drops and the liquid turns back into gas. That gas is what burns and produces the flame you see on your stove. Where does LPG come from? Most LPG in the world comes from two main sources: natural gas processing and crude oil refining. Let's look at both. Source 1. Natural gas processing. Today, the majority of LPG is produced from natural gas. When natural gas is extracted from underground reservoirs, it contains a mixture of gases such as methane, ethane, propane, butane, and other hydrocarbons. At large processing plants, these gases are separated. During this separation process, propane and butane are extracted. These gases are then compressed into liquid form, and that becomes LPG. In fact, globally, around 60% of LPG comes from natural gas processing. Source 2. Crude oil refining. When crude oil is extracted from the earth, it is transported to massive industrial facilities called refineries. Inside these refineries, crude oil is heated and separated into different products. This process is called fractional distillation. From crude oil, refineries produce petrol, gasoline, diesel, aviation fuel, lubricants asphalt, and LPG. During refining, lighter hydrocarbon gases like propane and butane are released. These gases are captured, compressed, and converted into LPG. Globally, about 40% of LPG is produced from crude oil refining. Every year, the world produces more than 330 million tons of LPG. The largest LPG-producing regions include the United States, Middle East countries like Saudi Arabia and Qatar, China, Russia. These countries have large natural gas reserves and oil refining capacity. Because of the shale gas revolution, the United States has become one of the largest LPG exporters in the world. LPG became popular mainly because it is cleaner and more efficient than traditional fuels. It produces less soot, less smoke, and fewer harmful particles. That is why many governments have promoted LPG adoption. So the next time you turn on your stove and see that small blue flame, remember this: the energy in that flame did not start in the cylinder. It began deep beneath the earth, millions of years ago, when ancient plants and organisms formed fossil fuels. Through science, engineering, and global supply chains, that ancient energy has now traveled all the way to your kitchen. If you enjoy learning about the hidden systems behind the modern world, make sure to subscribe to Think and Grow.